Hey Virgo, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's see. Virgo. Oh, the Sun card, that's awesome. All right, Virgo. Okay. Maybe you guys are dealing with a Scorpio, I want to say. The Hermit card. That's you guys, Virgo. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Virgo. And the Five of Pentacles. Okay, I weirdly am getting this as somebody wondering like what signs they should check. Whatever you are intuitively drawn to, okay? I like set the readings for like the zodiac sign, whoever is like identifies as that. I don't know. All right, so let's see. Virgo. All right, Five of Swords. So, all right, let's see here, Virgo. I feel like you guys are extremely intuitive, okay? Or like, I don't know, something here. So let's see. All right, so you guys have the King of Wands. This is showing up for your current energy here. So there is definitely something that I want to say. You're like, I'm taking like bold moves towards whatever this is. I feel like maybe you're in like a leadership type of role here, that kind of stuff. But I feel like there's something that you are like, I have my eye on the prize. I know exactly what I want. Almost like I know exactly how to get it to. And I feel like there's an energy of like, I'm not going to stop until I get what I want, that kind of thing. Okay. Definitely understanding that. That's pretty cool. It feels like, yeah, it feels like you're, you know what you want and you're kind of, and then that's what you're doing. You're going towards it. Okay. Or actively doing it, actively in that position or role, something. So, all right, in your environment, you guys have the Eight of Wands. This is either people who are like following your lead here, okay, I swear to God, or this is, maybe, this just might be a fast pace, whatever the heck it is, okay? I don't even know if this is a person. This could just be an environment that it's like, dude, things are happening it's like things are flying all over the place, or like this is happening quickly. There's a lot of movement, that kind of stuff, okay? Definitely understanding that. Maybe something is even moving to you, okay? Something about that. But I'm also, this is friggin' weird. I'm also getting this as like, setting the pace or something like that, and maybe you're the one who's keeping the pace with something, or you're setting the pace and like the energy is following you, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. All right, but I definitely understand a big energy of like movement, okay, power, movement, all that kind of stuff. So all right, let's see. For your challenge, you guys have the Five of Pentacles here. So maybe there's just something that you're feeling like, okay, I'm in charge of this thing. I'm going towards it. But maybe there's this feeling of like, I secretly feel like maybe there's something missing, or, something like that. Okay, that kind of stuff. I even wonder if there's a particular thing that you're like, I don't really want to expose this particular thing. That maybe that is somehow being exposed, or you know what I'm saying? Or it's like on display in some capacity, that kind of stuff. Okay. What I'll also say is there might be something here that you're like, dude, I want to go for that so badly, or like I want that. That's the thing that I want to be doing. Like that's it, And I'm wondering if maybe there's a situation where you're maybe having a hard time accessing that in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff. That could certainly be it. All right. I also wonder if it's maybe like you are maybe in a position of, maybe having to be really decisive here, Virgo. And I wonder if part of that is like, when we're being decisive, that means you're choosing one thing. So inevitably there's going to be something that's not chosen. Okay. So maybe that's part of whatever this is being like, well, I'm challenged by like, whatever is like not going to get chosen, or anyone feeling like left out of something. Okay. I'm also getting somebody who's literally locked out of something. It's like you're locked out of something at the worst friggin' time, because it's like something already started. It's on its way, that kind of stuff. Okay. I am picking up that for somebody. All right. So, okay. You have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is showing up for your possible opportunity here. There's definitely something about you guys either proving to yourself that you have like, that you do have what it is that you need to get something going, or to access a certain thing, that kind of stuff. What I will also say is, with all this movement here, this could be an indication of like, you know what, you might be feeling out of it at some point, out of energy, or whatever the heck it is, or I don't know, something like that. The opportunity might be reserving your energy, okay, like making sure that you're not depleting yourself in some sense. All right, that kind of stuff. That could be part of whatever is going on. So all right, let's see. Let's get your oracle cards out, and then we will clarify your reading here. It looked like your oracle card was reversed, but it's not. Okay, so let's clarify. All right. I understand something about maybe measuring something or you're, I don't know, you're measuring something of some sort. I don't know what that's about. The reverse Queen of Cups just wanted to come out. Okay. All right, sorry. let's see. Virgo. All right, so for your oracle card, for your current energy, you guys have number 11, if the fox can't find his tail. It's interesting, there's like all these like black holes and stuff, okay? So part of this is kind of like, I want to say being really true to yourself, okay? That kind of stuff. King of Wands is true to himself. I find that to be true anyway, okay? All right. Definitely like listening to, what, he or she wants, that kind of situation, and knowing what it is that they want, what they're doing, and being like, I want to say friggin' ambitious, being like, we're just going for this, that kind of stuff. Like, I know it's going to work out, or I want this so bad. I'm so passionate about this that's just what we're doing. Like being able to maybe like manage a whole bunch of different things, okay? Maybe even being able to like handle some friggin' chaos, okay? That kind of stuff. So there is something about like maybe being like really true to like yourself in the way that you are like going towards something, or the way that you are having other people like following your lead, okay? I want to say almost like motivating other people, or being like fearless with something, all right? That kind of situation. So you have the Three of Swords coming up previous to this King of Wands energy. So it could be that maybe in the past there was something that was maybe a heartbreak, or something literally maybe was a separation of some sort, okay? That kind of stuff, or canceled in some sense, okay? That could be something that has happened in the past, and I feel like now you are maybe in this energy of like, okay, well, I'm still moving forward on this, or I'm not going to let that kind of like slow down the momentum of something, okay? Because again, there's this understanding that something in your environment, like it's happening now, or there's like a lot of movement, that kind of stuff, okay? There might be a Sagittarius in your environment, okay? Very much so. All right. Okay, so all right, let's see what's going on. Okay, I said in, I think Capricorn's reading, I said something about like invisibility. I am getting that for you guys too. I don't know why, but I'm picking up part of whatever that is, all right? I'm not saying you're invisible. Like I mean it more from like a force field, or like something around you that is like, maybe you're not like completely seeing it, but you like can feel it, or something like that. So, all right. Okay. So let's see. I also understand something happening in divine timing here, okay? You might be very much in tune with that and understanding that. You know what I'm saying? There might be something here that you're just like understanding, like the timing of something, or like the divine timing of something, that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could be. Okay. All right. Also, maybe there was a Sagittarius person who possibly said something that maybe, I don't know, when I've been getting a lot of like history references lately, and I am not a history buff at all, okay? But you know that thing like the shot heard round the world? That's what I'm picking up, that energy in your environment, okay? That kind of stuff. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, so for part of your challenge, you guys have this Power card. I love this card, absolutely obsessed with it. It is showing up in the challenge position for you guys, but again, you have this King of Wands energy, so that's pretty good. So, okay, you have the Six of Cups, and you have it with the Five of Pentacles with this Power. So yes, I feel like in the past there was maybe something that, maybe you were sharing something with somebody, okay, that kind of stuff, or there, an energy of maybe either sharing something, or there was something that you were hoping to have a certain person return for something, or okay, that kind of stuff. That might have happened in the past energy, and now I do feel like the challenge is possibly maybe having given your power away to somebody that maybe you're like, I don't know how to like get that back, or you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is also something about like really recognizing something in the past, or like remembering something, or having, or like going over something and maybe realizing like, oh my God, I missed this thing, or I missed out on this thing, or I forgot this thing, or I don't have this particular thing, whatever the heck it is. Okay. It could also be maybe somebody exchanging something, and then that being like, that's the, we needed, or we weren't supposed to say that, or that somebody gave something to somebody and it was like, wait, that was like, that had nostalgia attached to it, and now I feel like I don't have what I need, or something like that. There's a really big like spiritual connection with this reading, okay? Like a really big one. So I don't know, like I want to say like you're lucky, whatever it is. I don't know, something like that, like bringing your lucky this, or you gave it to somebody and you didn't get it returned, or I don't know, something like that. All right, I'm picking up something about that, okay? All right. I also wonder if you were trying to help somebody out in the past here, and they might have like totally been like, get away from me, okay? That kind of stuff, all right? That could have been something here as well. All right, Virgo, so let's see. You guys have you have the King of Cups, and you have it with the King of Swords showing up for part of this challenge. So, all right, there's something about, I want to say, being honest with the way that you're feeling about whatever's going on before you even like say something, or before you like try and like figure something out. It's like doing like a vibe check on yourself. Like, okay, how am I feeling? How's the energy feeling? Maybe if this is a particular conversation with somebody else, it's kind of like reading the room, or kind of like feeling out the energy, that kind of stuff. I'm understanding that. Again, it does feel like highly like spiritual, very like in tune, that kind of stuff. So this is probably something that you guys probably do without even trying, or it's something that you've always been like that. You know, you walk into a place and you pick up all the energy, or you can kind of like sense what's going on, that kind of stuff. Or maybe if you're like hanging around a particular person, like you just automatically know like how they're feeling, or you know, that kind of thing. That might be something here, okay? All right, so yes, with the King of Cups, you have the King of Swords here. So I kind of feel like this is opening up some level of communication, and I also feel like there's something about maybe working together, and it's like everybody has like a specific specialty or something like that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you have King of Wands, King of Cups, King of Swords. You know, those are all like, you know, they're kings, so they're like at the top there. So you know, there's something about that I definitely understand. Like I was like integrating all the pieces of like you, or knowing how to like manage like a lot of different things, that kind of stuff. Okay, it could also be kind of like assigning different roles to different people, or there's, I don't know, there's something about that. Okay, I wonder if you're maybe somebody who's like, yeah, but I'd really rather just kind of like do this myself, or I'd rather take ownership of like the whole thing and kind of like work on like everything. But I wonder if this is like, yeah, but you know what, you gotta like divvy it up, or there's, you know, some people are really good at this thing, or some people are like, you know, a champion for this thing, and some people are a champion for this thing, that kind of stuff. I'm understanding that, okay? That's really what I'm understanding. For what to avoid here, you guys have the Ace of Pentacles, so that's really interesting. I would say, I gotta tell you, I would say avoid not going towards a opportunity if one is, you know, kind of coming your way here, okay? Especially with this Five of Pentacles as your challenge. Like there's something here where it's like you could definitely be receiving, like you could be receiving, like maybe this is like financial assistance, or maybe this is, I don't know, a new, I don't know, something here that has like, you know, a good amount of potential here, that kind of stuff. It's like avoid discounting that, or avoid just being like, okay, I'm not gonna accept this thing, or whatever it is. You know, I'm getting that energy. I don't know why. Maybe there's like a little bit of like pride getting in the way, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could certainly be it. All right. I feel like there's like a moment or multiple moments of like extreme clarity, but it's like it comes with like really understanding where like maybe somebody else is coming from, or like what their perspective is, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or being like deeply intuitive, and again, like picking up energy, like being able to read the room, that kind of stuff. Maybe doing it in a really neutral type of way, that kind of stuff. And it could be so that you're being presented, or so that, you're being seen as like a person in authority, or you're being seen as like, a very like fair type of person. King of Cups and King of Swords, like I do kind of see that as like being fair about something, not wearing like, not being completely obvious. I think that's what I want to say, not being completely obvious about something. So, all right. Yeah. So it's almost like don't give it away. If this is a surprise, which I almost want to say it is, it's like, don't give that away, that kind of thing. So, all right, let's move over to your opportunity. So you have potential and, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at the picture here. I don't know what the heck this is called. A hyoid. Okay, I don't know why that was like so sticking out to me. Okay, I think I know why, because it says pH, and I just said like don't be super obvious, so it's like pH reverse high priestess. That might be why that like stuck out to me. Okay, so all right, here we go. So yeah, so you have potential. This is showing up for your opportunity. So I mean, that's kind of friggin' amazing. So let's see. Again, in your environment, Temperance card and this Eight of Wands, I feel like this is this could be just a situation that has potential to make something a lot better and have the momentum friggin' like start moving. Okay, that kind of stuff, which I really feel like is something that you're wanting here. Okay, you have this King of Wands energy and this like if the fox can't find his tail, like again, it's like there's something about like knowing your direction, or knowing like being like, I'm not going to chase my tail, I'm not just going to go around again, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. So I like that. And it could be because again, there could be people who are like following your lead with whatever it is, or there's just an energy of like timing is of the essence. There's something to do with timing here, that kind of stuff. Okay, all right, so okay, so Lovers, so you have the Lovers card and you have it with the Nine of Pentacles here with this potential, all right? So Lovers card is showing up in the past energy, so I feel like there's already been maybe a particular, I think there's been something that you're like, this works. Like, and I see this as harmony in the sense of like, I want to say keeping the time with something. I want to say like a friggin' like metronome or something like that, like really keeping the pace with something, keeping the timing with something about that. I feel like that has like happened in the past, or you've like, maybe you and another person are like really on the same page, like you could finish each other's sentences, that kind of stuff. That might be part of this potential, is like that, having somebody who maybe you can like, again, just kind of, it's like you don't have to work hard at the connection. You don't have to work hard to like agree on the same thing or whatever it is. There's just this feeling of like, this is the obvious right choice. This is the best choice, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay. I also think that there might be something here where in the past you might have been very used to doing something with a particular counterpart, that kind of stuff. Maybe a Gemini, maybe a twin, I want to say. Okay. That kind of stuff. There might be that in the energy. And I think your opportunity now is maybe to be like, you know what, I'm going to try and do this by myself, or now I'm going to try and do this by myself, or I'm going to prove to myself that I can do something solo style, as opposed to like maybe having a partner, or maybe even having to check in on somebody else, being like, hey, are you okay with this decision? That kind of stuff. It's like putting the ownership, like responsibility really kind of in your hands, that kind of stuff. Okay. And I really like that with this potential card, because it's like, there's your potential. It's like, that's giving you potential. That's great. Okay. I see that as giving you like potential energy. It's like this has the potential to like really like kick off. That you guys might be like science. I was gonna say science nerds. Sorry, I'm a science nerd. There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. Nerds are the freaking best. Okay, but all right. So there might be something about that. All right. Some of you guys might be really big into like chemistry or science or something about that, or like physical movement. Okay, brain physiology. I don't know that. Maybe not at all, but I don't know. I'm picking something up like that. So all right. Okay, so you have the Page of Wands and you have it with the reverse Nine of Cups here showing up for part of this. So there's something about really like engaging with what it is that you're wanting to do, or something that you're like, it's almost like, you know what it almost is? It's like if you have like a friggin' impulse, it's like you got to follow that. You got to follow it like without judgment, like just following that kind of stuff, getting excited about something, maybe doing something a little bit different here, especially because it feels like maybe you're breaking away from something, or you have the opportunity to break away from something that maybe you always do, or is like your standard of some sense, okay, that kind of stuff, and doing something that maybe is a little bit more difficult, but is still giving you this level of like, again, I can do this by myself. I can do this in a solo type of style, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling, all right? That kind of stuff. You have the Nine of Cups reversed, so whatever this is like definitely coming out of your comfort zone, okay? That kind of stuff, and maybe, again, breaking away from where it is that you typically are like, I'm usually surrounded by this, or this is usually this is how I'm comfortable, that kind of stuff. Like I consistently do this thing, thing. It's like, hey, branch out, you know, that kind of stuff. Like maybe, I almost want to say breaking the rules a little bit, not in like a, you know, really bad type of way, but in more of like an adventurous type of way. Okay, that kind of stuff. Definitely understanding following your impulses, allowing yourself to be excited about stuff, allowing yourself to move in a particular direction without having like a leash on you, I want to say, that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, so let's see. We have the Emperor card. Also, the whole leash thing, not trying to offend anybody, okay? I have a child with special needs, so I know sometimes it's tricky, man. You know, in this day and age, everyone gets super offended about things. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I am a Sagittarius, so that I was born offending everybody. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't, we're all people. Let's just like give everyone a friggin' break already. You know, it's hard to always be like filtering every single word we say. It's like, it just, I don't know. All right. Anyway, so you guys have the Emperor card. This is showing up as what to avoid. So, I mean, with this King of Wands energy, I would say avoid letting something turn into a friggin' power trip, okay? That kind of stuff. Again, you have powers showing up as your challenge. I'm not saying this is technically your energy or definitely your energy. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who is, power hungry, or they're like micromanaging, or again like that feeling. And this could be you know, being like, well, I want to be the boss of everything, or I want to be overseeing everything, that kind of stuff. It just feels like this is like, I don't know, one of those situations where it's like, you know, allowing other people to have some autonomy, or giving yourself like a dedicated time for a specific thing, as opposed to having to like be aware of everything, or you know what I'm trying to say, or be in charge of everything, or having everybody kind of like come to you for like all the questions about something. I don't know, something like that. I hope that makes any sort of sense. All right, so that's what I have for you guys, Virgo. I hope this reading was helpful, made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can, I was gonna say choose your other placements. You could choose your other placements. Watch your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.